Hey everyone, so Waves Audio just dropped the Clarity VX plugin, which is a noise reduction tool for vocals specifically. It uses a neural network with AI to remove the noise from your vocal recordings, but does it actually sound any good? And could we use this on other things beyond vocals? Let's find out. Now it's worth mentioning that there are two versions of this plugin. There is the Pro version and the standard version, but for the sake of simplicity, I am really interested in this standard version, so let's explore what we can do with that. So I dropped everything in, and the first thing I noticed was the latency on this plugin. This is not a plugin you're gonna be able to track with or do live streams with if that's what you do with noise reduction plugins. This is definitely more of like a let's try to salvage this recording type of situation. On the CPU impact meter in Ableton Live, I'm seeing this almost maxed out. Just some thoughts. Now moving on to the plugin itself, the interface is super simple with one knob and two choices for your neural network. So let's give it a shot with the first one.
This is a test recording in the kitchen. We're making some coffee with the machine. It is very loud, and I'm hoping that we can't hear any artifacts.
So that's interesting, but let's hear Broad 2 network.
This is a test recording in the kitchen. We're making some coffee with the machine. It is very loud, and I'm hoping that we can't hear any artifacts.
Okay, so that's really telling. You know, the first option for the Broad 1 network, the background noise is really taken out, and I'm not hearing a lot of spill. It definitely loses a lot of its fidelity. Some of the higher frequency content is really lost. Whereas in Broad 2, maybe it's more effective in certain situations, but you can kind of hear the noise spilling into the recording a little bit at parts.
It is very loud, and I'm hoping that we can't hear.
But let's check out the next example.
And why would you give me a chance to try again? Give all, give in.
Okay, let's add some plugins to this just to give it some more kind of the usual treatment.
And why would you give me a chance to try again?
Maybe a bit more usable, but not quite perfect. I am going to switch it to Broad 2.
And why would you give me a chance to try again? Give all, give in.
Okay, so that's actually very reasonable considering I was, standing like maybe a foot away from the coffee machine while recording that. So A+ to Waves Audio on that one. Let's check out some of the other examples.
Check. This is a test. We're in a machine room and we're checking for noise. We're going to remove this noise using Clarity VX, hopefully. And now let's try some singing.
Wow, that was a lot better. In the machine room, there is a constant fan noise. It wasn't as loud, but it was definitely very present across some wider frequency spectrum, perhaps. Let's check out the Broad network too.
Check. This is a test. We're in a machine room and we're checking for noise. We're going to remove this noise using Clarity VX, hopefully. And now let's try some singing.
All right, not bad.
And why would you give me a chance to try again?
And then same thing, maybe we can load up some of the, compression, EQ, all that stuff that I put on vocals, and just hear that in context with the noise.
And why would you give me a chance to try again? Give in, give all.
All right, so right away I'm noticing that, at least for my voice, the Broad network 2 is working a lot better for me. It's a little bit more natural. It retains a lot more of the detail, despite what the plugin actually is telling me about each network. Let me try a couple more examples and then we'll wrap it up.
Check. This is a test with a lot of background noise, almost as if we were really outside. Let's see how well this works. Check. This is a test with a lot of background noise, almost as if we were really outside. Check. This is a test with a lot of background noise, almost as if we were really outside. And why would you give me a chance? chance again? And why would you give me a chance again?
Now, I'm pretty happy with that, but let's check out some of the guitar recordings. Wow, okay. All right, so definitely not gonna work on a lot of other instruments, which is a little bit unfortunate. And it sounds like, especially the Broad 2 network is listening to that signal and it's not finding a single voice, which just takes it out completely. Not gonna happen. Okay. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with what this plugin can do. There are other options. There is RX by Isotope. They have a whole suite for cleaning up your audio. And just to be clear, I don't think these products are necessarily replacements for each other. I don't think RX has the things that would replace this plugin. And I don't think that Clarity does everything that, for example, voice denoise would do. In a lot of scenarios, you might want to remove the noise from a guitar or a keyboard or a drum set, etc. And having that flexibility, to me is really important, not to mention the really low latency. RX elements, whether it's voice denoise or declip and all that stuff, that is latency free when you load it up inside Ableton Live. All that said, I'm probably gonna pick this up considering the price. That is pretty reasonable for what it does, but I'm going to continue using RX and the voice denoise for a more kind of general purpose noise removal. But maybe when I'm really dealing with vocals, I think this will be a great tool to add to the arsenal. So that's all for me. But if you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments what kind of plugins are you interested in, particularly for vocals and guitar. I would love to do more content like this, but I want to know what you guys are interested in. And if you'd like to stay connected, you can subscribe or go check out my online school, Beat Drop. We're an Ableton certified training center. We teach music production, DJing, and more. So hope to see you around. Until next time, see you in the loop.